Not a matter of if, but when crisis will rock your world. I'm Roshini Rajkumar, crisis strategist, licensed attorney, and host of The Crisis Files. In each case file, we bring you solutions to issues before they become crises. Today, we turn to our hospitality and experience contributor, Jill Renslow. She is Chief Business Development and Marketing Officer for Mall of America. MOA is based in Bloomington, Minnesota, and is one of the biggest retail and entertainment destinations in the United States. If there's anyone who knows holiday hosting, gift giving, and lots of insider secrets, it's Jill. She's here for the case file I call Holiday Hacks. Jill, we love exploring your brain to ensure we stay calm and make smart decisions during the stressful holiday season, as well as when we need to make good impressions with those we love.
And this is the season to get ready and to really make sure you take time to enjoy. I feel like the holiday season can get to be so stressful and people just have a million things going on and they get overwhelmed with trying to keep it all organized, but yet making sure you have time to have fun. So we're going to talk about some of those hacks, some of those tips and tricks about getting set for the holidays and making sure you have the time to plan, but also have the time to enjoy and have some fun.
One area where people do find stress is just the overall budget. And just depending on where you are in your own lifespan, looking for a job, in a job, but even watching pennies, how can we make sure we stay budget friendly to whatever that budget is?
It's so important, no matter what category you're in, what your situation is, everybody should be responsible and plan around their budget and really set forth what they know, maybe look at past years and what they've spent and what they can anticipate and the number of people they're shopping for and how many things they're hosting and what they're going to. So start there. Start with a budget. Figure out how much you can really spend over the holiday season. But in addition to that, it's to map it all out and really get your game plan, even looking at your schedule and giving yourself timelines of when you want to achieve things, when you want to have things purchased. Getting that plan will help you just get things together, be collected in your thought process, and really keep you on track so you can start making progress because we have a lot of procrastinators around this world. And so if you can get started at least ahead of the game to get a plan in place, it'll help you. And there's a lot of tools out there that can help you as well. So I love to take notes in my phone. You have Evernote. You can just use the Apple Notes. There's an app called Trello. Those type of things can help you get organized and keep it with you. I used to be the Post-it note girl. I'd have Post-it notes everywhere with all my to-do items. But when you keep it in your phone, it's organized and it's with you all the time so you can keep it updated. So I think that's really smart. And also even from a budget perspective, there's a couple different apps. Mint is a good one as well as YNAB. It's You Need a Budget. Very simple budget planning tools that allow you to just keep track of where you're at in your spending.
I love those. All right. Wonderful hack there. Santa makes a list and you say we should too.
Absolutely. And when you're sharing it with others and getting fun ideas, there's ideas everywhere, no matter where you look. And I think a great thing is to go look at your favorite brands. A lot of times they'll put out gift lists, they'll put out lookbooks, kind of those top ideas for the holidays. Also, great places to look is on social media, whether it's Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, great areas just to start getting ideas. And we even see that at Mall of America, people typically have 3 major shopping trips. You have the one where you're going out to get ideas. You're doing the window shopping. You're checking new stores that are out there and gift ideas that they have on those front displays. Then you have the second trip. It's the one where you're having fun with your traditions, whether you're going to visit Santa if you have little ones or if you're going out to have fun movie night or having a special dinner with friends or family. That's that special entertainment trip. And then you have that third trip, which hopefully is multiple third trips, but it's doing your power shopping. You have your list, you have your plan. Now you're ready to go out and do some shopping. And hopefully you do a little self-gifting while you're out having some fun, finding those deals. But that's key is there's multiple layers and it's making sure that you have the plan so you can enjoy all those fun traditions during the special season.
I love the self-gift. And some of what I do on that front, even all year long, is, I'm going to do my errands or do my shopping, and then I'm going to let myself have an ice cream cone.
Absolutely.
Or maybe treat myself to my own happy hour by myself, just enjoy and celebrate that I just got a lot of things done from the list. How can we plan for all ages? Because depending on whether we're single, a couple, or have young kids or teenage kids, I mean, there's just the gamut.
It's extremely important to think of everyone in your circle, whether you do have young kids or making sure you're spending time with friends or if you have family. And I think being able to recognize what's important to each one of those. And I think especially parents with young kids, they get caught up in all those festivities in addition to all the sports tournaments and all the other activities that they've got going on. You need to make sure you have time for yourself. Plan those fun wine tastings with your friends or have people over for game night. But don't forget about the loved ones that live from a distance as far as they want to partake in those traditions as well. Now we have this wonderful world of virtual tools that we can connect, set up a Zoom, do a fun trivia night, or do a karaoke contest, or do fun gingerbread contests, things that really bring everybody together and have those really special memories as a family.
You're so right with the technical tools, because I remember when one of my cousins, my youngest cousin, when she had her first child, who is now almost 4, her baby shower was virtual. So there were some people with her, but most of us were virtual from around the country. It happened to be the year 2020, so that was also partly why it was kind of a must that it was that way. But I love how that idea that was probably a real tough time during the pandemic has now become really positive as a way year-round, keeping in touch with grandkids, keeping in touch with relatives all over the globe.
Absolutely. We actually started a family Zoom every Sunday night. We continue to do it to this day because it's a great place where our older parents can connect with us, see us. They're mesmerized of the technology and the fact that they can feel like they're in the same room with you. But the pandemic definitely taught us ways that we can stay connected in ways that we didn't before that, which I think is great, and to leverage those to stay connected with loved ones.
I really love the idea of it doesn't have to be a holiday. We still can make impressions. We still can stay connected. So as you think about various milestones in life, I know that your second child just started college, and that was a milestone. I have a friend who just the other day turned 50, sent a text. We couldn't get together around the birthday. I'm taking her to brunch in a few weeks. What are some of your ideas for all throughout the year if you want to make impressions and you don't have to spend a lot of money?
Not at all. And I think there are so many moments of time throughout the year, whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, weddings. I think the key is try to have a stash of those things that you can just easily pull out of the closet that you can use for gifts or sending just special moments to remember people. And especially during this time of year, it's like having those extra bottles of wine or those special boxes of great chocolates and things that you can just pull out of the cupboard and be able to take with you so you're not doing those last minute quick shopping trips that you need to do and getting stressed out. Like being able to have that closet that has those extra items and some of those things that your go-tos is always a great thing to have. And just remembering that it doesn't have to be a special celebration either. It's reaching out to loved ones and your circle of friends of just doing those extra special something just to know that you're thinking about them.
I really like those ideas. And also just making it regular and infiltrating it into the calendar. So there's an expectation from all the people involved. As far as kind of having that closet stash, I love it. This applies to me when it comes to cards. So when I find either a sale on cards or a particularly fun line, and maybe my brother's birthday is months away, but I'll say, oh, that's a great one for Rashawn down the line. And I buy it. And then I don't have to be frantically, that day of, you're frantically in the card store and nothing looks right. You're like, but I have to have a card.
I've started doing that too. I've noticed in the last couple of years because cards are not cheap. I mean, you can spend $6, $7, $8 on a card. And so when I do find those perfect messages, I grab them and I have a special stash at home. So it's just remembering that you have those. And I think that's a key thing too, is if you shop early for any of these things, make sure you remember where you put these items, have that special place, and keep an inventory, because it's notorious. If I start shopping early, I end up either buying more because I find other deals and then it ends up being 3 times the size or amount that I wanted to spend. But it's just making sure you remember what you've purchased, keep an inventory, and keep track of those things.
Right. So this is where technology can help also, right? The spreadsheets, the apps on your phone. Let's talk about early shoppers versus last-minute shoppers. And I know a lot of us think of that for the holidays in November and December, but this can also apply year-round.
Absolutely. And I think what's key is when you start early, you get a chance to take advantage of more deals. You really get a chance to map out what you're looking for, and you're not in that panic mode to pay whatever it is to get that under the tree or whatever that special gift that you want. So I think the advantage is you have a little bit more flexibility on the deals, and you also have more time to customize and personalize the gifts, because as we know, sometimes those take a little bit longer either to create if you're doing a DIY or if you need something shipped to you. Usually takes a little bit longer. So that's the benefit of starting early. But like I said, the danger is you can end up spending more if you keep adding to the list. But if you're a last-minute shopper, the key is you really need to have that plan. You've got to figure out what you're going to do the research before you go. Definitely take advantage of shop online, buy, pick up in store, because that way you can grab the colors and sizes that you need, but still have the instant gratification of being able to pick it up quickly. So I think that's important. And also, when it comes to last minute, support small business, local businesses. They have a lot of really unique items that you might not think of. And that way you're also supporting small business owners that really need that lift of the holiday season. That's their Super Bowl. They need to make those revenues, and you get a win-win with that. So I think there's a lot of different things you can do. And the gift experience is great. It's usually something you can do last minute, but it's also something that can give time and time again. So if you can give concert tickets or give a day at the spa, maybe it's attraction passes, whether you're going to the zoo or Nickelodeon Universe or whatever that might be, those items, then you get to enjoy time and time again and really create memories that will last forever.
So I love the experience tips. And I have to share a funny story and would love your feedback on this. So my brother and sister-in-law have birthdays within 5 days of each other. And this episode will drop after their birthdays, so I won't be giving away the surprise. When they listen to this, they will have already gotten the surprise. But we have kind of a family joke. My sister-in-law and her family really love Applebee's. And there's a country song out right now that mentions Applebee's. And I wasn't even really thinking about it. Months ago, my husband started playing that song for me. And he said, what do you think about doing something with this for Jen for their birthdays? And so he really got into it. So he burned a CD with that song and some other of his favorite songs that he thinks both she and my brother will like. And then he was able to go online and find a T-shirt that has a line from that song, and it says Applebee's in the line. He's just like, this is taking the cake. And then on top of it, we know that my sister-in-law is most touched by thoughtful, conscientious gifts. That makes her so much more happy than even how much you spend. And it really ends up applying because we're doing a fun dinner, a toast at our place, then we're taking them out for a surprise dinner location. So the gifts are not super expensive, but it's the experience of being together, as well as they don't really want a lot of stuff. So I'm curious about your feedback on this and then other ideas that you have for our listeners.
I love that you do that, because one thing is you probably have as much joy putting that together as she's going to have when she opens it, right?
And just the countless memories afterwards.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about it probably at the holidays, months after their birthday.
There's stories that will live on forever. So I love that when you can pull into somebody's hobbies, interests, passions, and build from that. And that's why if you can get started early, you'll be able to generate some of those ideas. And if you really start watching, content creators and influencers, and that a lot of times will spark ideas as well. But I think that's key, is when you can latch on to that hobby or passion and build from it and get creative. Those are really special gifts. Because a lot of times I thought you were going to go to, you're going to package it with the Applebee's gift card. But I'm like, a lot of people go to gift cards because it's easy, it's convenient, especially because they pop up everywhere. They're in Target, they're in the grocery stores everywhere. But get creative. Don't just throw a gift card in a card. Like, put something with it that creates a theme. And I think that's another thing, is looking at different hacks for giving gifts. Another thing is to go after the theme route. So if you have a family that you're buying for, or if there's families that are trading with each other, go after a theme. Look at doing pajamas for everybody. Do books and games. You can do a food theme. I love to do the Minnesota theme, especially if we're doing gifts for out-of-town family members, where you can have a sense of a personalization, because you can create things with colors, sizes, different themes. But that way, as the gift giver, it gives you a path, kind of a focus of where you want to at least narrow in on, and it makes it fun for everybody to pull that together. So we love to do themes for gifts in our family. And then you challenge each other to figure out what's the new theme each year.
Jill, I want to wrap up with, I know you have told us that there are so many things on digital platforms to give us ideas. Do you have any favorites, just like you have favorite apps for making lists and tracking spending, when it comes to actually just giving you ideas and helping you to be more thoughtful?
Yeah, I go straight to the brands that I love, that I go to, and to look at their gift guides, their lookbooks on ideas. And really, I just get caught down the rabbit hole of TikTok and Instagram and really just start diving into ideas. And as you know, as you start looking at certain content, it's just going to populate more things similar to that. I go there, not anything specific with regards to a specific person or brand, but I think it's finding what you can connect with and just watching those ideas and jotting them down and giving yourself a path so that you can really enjoy the holidays. Try to reduce some of that stress that you yourself, as the gift giver or the planner, is that you have some of those hacks to really sit back and enjoy.
We love all these ideas. Thank you for letting us dig into your brain, Jill. Go to mallofamerica.com or Mall of America on Instagram for more information and visuals. Today's Crisis Brief is brought to you by Spoke 612 Productions. Number 1, list and budget planning apps can take the stress out of any gift shopping. Number 2, think about themes for your gift giving. This streamlines your idea process and makes a lot of fun for all. Number 3, remember experiences as valuable gifts, whether in person or including family across technological tools. Spoke 612 Productions takes your ideas and brings them to life. Linda, Sarah, and Matt are committed to excellence and inclusivity. As a WeBank certified women-owned production company, Spoke 612 inspires awareness and delivers impact through storytelling. When you put your project in their hands, Spoke 612 draws on their own talents and experience to ensure they tell the best possible version of your story. Visit their portfolio at spoke612.com. Follow us on YouTube and Instagram at The Crisis Files. Rate, review, and subscribe to The Crisis Files on your platform of choice. Check out our website, thecrisisfiles.com, to catch up on all case files and to share ideas for future ones. I'm Roshini Rajkumar. Join me next time on The Crisis Files.